Let us begin with a truth that may feel unsettling. For many, prayer has become an act of profound disappointment, a silent plea sent to a universe that seems to never reply. And yet, what if faith itself is the most powerful and precise force in existence? The conflict is not between belief and reality. It is between the passive hope we have been taught and the active physics we have forgotten. Guided by Gregg Braden, this is When Faith Meets Physics, a bridge between worlds. It is time to stop waiting for a response and start becoming the signal that commands one.
This conflict exists because of a deep schism in the modern soul, the divide between our intuitive, spiritual sense of faith and the rational, evidence-based world of science. This internal division creates a subtle but profound sense of fragmentation, forcing us to choose between what we feel is true and what we are told is real. We have been led to believe that faith and physics are opposing forces, one seen as a blind leap into the unseen, the other as a rigorous measurement of the seen. But what if this is a false dichotomy? Gregg Braden's work on the divine matrix introduces a unifying concept grounded in quantum physics, suggesting an intelligent, conscious field of energy connects everything. From this perspective, faith is no longer a blind hope. It is the act of consciously attuning ourselves to this responsive, intelligent field. It becomes a form of deep listening and communication. This is precisely where faith becomes biology and physics. As the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza demonstrates, a focused intention combined with an elevated emotion creates a measurable electromagnetic field. It ceases to be an abstract hope and becomes a tangible, energetic broadcast, sending a coherent signal into the quantum field. This journey, then, is not about choosing a side. It is about building a bridge. We will explore how the most profound spiritual truths are being validated by the discoveries of modern physics, revealing that faith is not the absence of evidence, but the mechanism for creating it. We must address the quiet desperation that comes from keeping the faith without seeing results. This passive hope often feels like waiting for a divine intervention, a state that can lead to a profound spiritual exhaustion and a sense of abandonment when prayers seem to go unanswered. It is the impotence of a blind faith that leaves us feeling powerless, waiting for a force outside of ourselves to act. The hidden mechanism that changes everything is found in an insight central to Gregg Braden's work. Ancient traditions knew that the language the universe understands is not our spoken word, but our coherent human emotion. The feeling is the prayer. From a physics perspective, a sustained, heart-centered feeling generates a powerful, measurable magnetic wave. This is where hope transcends wishing and becomes a physical force. This leads to a game-changing revelation. Faith is not a belief, it is an energetic state. True faith is not the mental acceptance of a concept, it is the physiological and energetic embodiment of a reality before it has manifested. It is the courageous act of generating the brain and heart coherence of the wish fulfilled. This coherent state is the cause that physics demands to produce an effect. A practical exercise in this applied faith can be found in a coherence protocol. For 3 minutes, instead of asking for your desire, shift your focus entirely. Generate the pure, unadulterated feeling your desire would give you, perhaps freedom, security, or wholeness. Do not attach it to any external outcome. Simply saturate your body with this feeling now. This is the very act of moving faith from a noun to a verb, from belief to energetic broadcast. Think of the metaphor of the tuning fork. Blind faith is like silently hoping a piano will play a certain note. Applied faith is like striking a tuning fork tuned to that exact note. The focused vibration of the tuning fork, your coherent feeling, sends a wave into the environment, causing anything that resonates with that frequency to vibrate in response and be drawn to you. Let us explore the deep-seated belief that we are separate from the world and that there is an empty void between us and our desires. This perception of separation is the root of all struggle, as it forces us to live in a state where we must get, chase, and acquire things from an external world that feels distant from us. It is this feeling of separation that makes faith seem like such a monumental leap across an impossible distance.
Braden's unifying concept of the divine matrix offers the bridge across that perceived void. Quantum physics has revealed that what we perceive as empty space is in fact a plenum of interconnected energy, a holographic field where every part contains the information of the whole. This intelligent field is the bridge that connects our inner and outer worlds, ensuring that we are never separate from that which we desire. This brings us to a critical insight. You are not sending a signal to the universe, you are modifying the universe within you. Because the field is holographic, the change you create in your own heart-brain coherence is not a message sent across a distance. It is a direct change to the pattern of the matrix where you are. By changing the pattern within, the holographic reality must rearrange itself to mirror that change without. This invites a profound shift in perception, from seeing yourself as a manifester to seeing yourself as a weaver. See yourself not as a separate being trying to manifest things, but as a weaver sitting at a grand energetic loom. Every coherent feeling you generate is a thread you weave into the tapestry. You are not pulling things towards you. You are actively weaving the reality you wish to experience into the very fabric of existence. Consider the analogy of the ripple in a pond. A single drop of water, your coherent feeling, falling into a still pond does not need to travel to the edge of the pond to have an effect. The ripple it creates instantly alters the entire pond. Your inner state is that drop, and the world is the pond that must respond to your ripple. We must now address the most common reason why faith fails to produce physical results: the conflict of broadcasts. This is the hidden saboteur within. You can consciously practice faith for 10 minutes a day, but your subconscious mind, the other 95% of your processing power, may be broadcasting a powerful continuous signal of unworthiness, doubt, or fear that you are not even aware of.
This has a profound biological reality as integrated through the work of Dr. Bruce Lipton. Our subconscious beliefs, downloaded primarily in the first 7 years of life, become our biological reality. The body becomes habituated to the chemistry of our limiting beliefs. Therefore, a new, expansive reality of health or abundance can be unconsciously perceived as a threat to the body's familiar, chemically conditioned state. Here lies an uncomfortable but compassionate truth. Physics is perfectly answering your dominant frequency. The quantum field is not confused. It is flawlessly responding to your most powerful and most consistent broadcast. If your dominant day-long signal is one of underlying anxiety about lack, no amount of conscious faith in abundance during a short morning ritual will override it. The physics is working perfectly. It is simply mirroring the program you are truly running. To bring this hidden program to light, you can become a belief detective in your own inner world. You might identify one area where your faith is not yielding results and gently ask yourself, for this unwanted reality to be so persistent, what would my subconscious mind have to believe is true about me? This question bypasses the conscious mind and helps to reveal the hidden, sabotaging program, such as, I don't deserve ease, or success is dangerous. Imagine trying to listen to a beautiful classical music station, your conscious faith, while a heavy metal station is broadcasting on the same frequency just next door, your subconscious program. The result is not beautiful music, it is incoherent, unusable static. To hear the music clearly, you must first turn off the conflicting broadcast. We have recapped the journey, moving faith from a hopeful plea to an act of applied physics. We have redefined the universe from an empty void into an intelligent, responsive field, and identified that the true work is to harmonize our conscious desires with our subconscious programming to create a single, coherent broadcast. We conclude with the central, empowering message of GREGG BRADEN's work. We are endowed with the innate ability to speak the language of the quantum field through the technology of the human heart. The bridge between worlds is not something we need to build externally, it is something we must awaken internally. This inner awakening is the essence of epigenetics. As Dr. Bruce Lipton powerfully states, our beliefs and feelings are not just abstract thoughts, they are the signals that control our genetic expression and rewrite our biology. When your belief becomes so real that it changes how you feel, you are literally sending a new signal to your cells, commanding your body to become the biology of your future. This is the moment the bridge is crossed and faith becomes your physical reality. The invitation is to step out of the false choice between science and spirituality, and to become the living proof of their union. You are the scientist in the laboratory of your own life, and faith is your most powerful and precise instrument. Use it to generate the feeling of the world you choose, and watch as the laws of physics conspire to make it so.